It's estimated that 4 to 10% of restaurant food is wasted before it's even served. That sounds like poor inventory management to me. Stick around to learn how to stop throwing your money away. As a restaurant owner, especially in 2021, you need to be keenly aware of your food expenses and inventory. Managing large stores of goods and developing processes to track waste so that your inventory and food costs are accurate should be a priority. COVID-19 has thrown a wrench in almost every restaurant's operations, forcing them to relearn how much to order. And with COVID, tracking inventory and being able to adapt on the fly has become that much more crucial. Whether you're new to running a restaurant or have reached a point where the inventory processes you have are not working, this video is a great starting point to help you develop or improve your restaurant inventory management. But before we get started, don't forget to click the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the new content that we publish on our channel every week. So let's get started with our first point, which is, why does it matter anyway? It's a mystery, but not much of one. The answer is money. The answer is usually money. Here's why. When ingredients run out, money gets wasted. That's because when ingredients aren't tracked, drinks are prepared inefficiently, food spoils, your inventory is exposed to theft. All those little problems can grow into big, expensive ones, especially with razor-thin margins to begin with. Like I said, 4 to 10% of restaurant food is wasted before it's even served. And wasted food is wasted money. It's also time wasted. And you're smart, you remember the transitive property of time, right? It's money. Time is money. So when we're talking about time, we're talking about money. The special kind that you can never, ever get back. An automated inventory management system will save you all that time that you'd otherwise spend on manual inventory counts, troubleshooting errors, and soothing cranky patrons. So automate and don't waste time. But before we dive into how you can revamp your inventory practices, let's start with some basic terms. Starting with cost of goods sold, or COGS. That's the cost of all ingredients used in a given time period. The period is whatever you want to look at, a shift, a month, a year, whatever slice of the picture makes sense to you. And you determine it by calculating your beginning inventory plus your purchased inventory and subtracting your ending inventory. The final figure is your cost of goods sold over that period. In general, it shouldn't be more than 20 to 30% of your sales. The next term is unit of measurement. That's the way that you measure the inventory of a particular item by dollar or by weight, for example. Use whatever makes sense, but just be consistent. Then we have sitting inventory. That's the amount of inventory you have in-house at any moment. Measure these in dollars or by physical amounts, such as weight or volume. Moving on to depletion, which is the amount of product used during a set time period. Again, use dollar amounts or physical amounts. Usage. That's how much inventory you have measured as a unit of time. This one gets a little complicated. Calculate sitting inventory divided by depletion to get your usage. So if you have 10 pounds of butter sitting in your inventory and you deplete it by 2 pounds per week, you have 5 weeks of usage left. Next up is variance. This is theoretical usage minus actual usage. So if you sold 50 dishes that each contain 1 egg, theoretically, you used 5 eggs, but say you counted your eggs and found you actually used 55. Your actual usage is 55 eggs, and so your variance is 50 eggs minus 55 eggs, or -5. Moving on to the term shrinkage. This term is used interchangeably with variance at times and is used to describe food or liquor lost to waste, spillage, theft, or anything else. Then there's area of loss. Area of loss are the causes of restaurant industry shrinkage. There are a lot of causes, of course, but some common areas of loss are employee mistakes, theft, inefficient food prep practices, accommodating customer requests, comped meals, spills, and spoilage, of course. Par level is the minimum amount of a particular item you need to keep on hand. It should reflect customer demand and provide a safety cushion for unanticipated demand. When inventory levels fall below your par level, it's time to restock. Next up, FIFO, first in, first out, is the inventory valuation method used by most restaurants. Using this method, restaurants use up the oldest items or ingredients in their inventory first and the newest ingredients last. The remaining inventory value is based on the cost of goods when they were purchased. Okay, so with the basic terms out of the way, let's talk about how to do inventory. Here are 5 steps to follow to do it well. Step 1, choose a cloud-based point of sale with inventory management. That's the first step to controlling your food and drink inventories. Yes, your POS is important for credit card processing, but most modern POS systems collect inventory data automatically. That simplifies inventory management tasks, such as tracking raw ingredient levels and telling you when to reorder. Your restaurant POS system may have an optional inventory management module available for an added fee each month, or it might integrate with third-party software, or both. For example, Toast POS integrates with Bevager, beverage management software. Upserve POS integrates with food inventory management software, Orderly. Rebel Systems has advanced in-house raw ingredient management, and Clover integrates with brewery inventory software, Digital Pour. Step 2, choose and train your inventory team. It's important to have specific, well-trained team members responsible for taking inventory. They need to understand your inventory taking methods and your POS. You can train your entire staff, then rotate the inventory manager each week so that everyone learns your inventory best practices, or you can make one person responsible for it. However you do it though, make sure there is accountability and consistency so that if a mistake occurs, you know what happened and can provide guidance on doing it correctly. Step 3, use the method. The first in, first out inventory method is generally considered the best inventory method for restaurants. That's because is considered very accurate when dealing with quick turnover or perishable items. First in, first out helps restaurants use ingredients before they go bad, saving money, so make sure to follow it. Step 4, be consistent. Consistency is key when it comes to managing inventory and reducing shrinkage. That means using a consistent unit of measure for ingredients, using the same restaurant inventory categories for consistency when counting, using a consistent system for restaurant inventory control, such as first in, first out, maintaining a consistent schedule for taking inventory, and having the same team members take inventory or be consistent in how you rotate them. Being consistent is the only way you will be able to generate the accurate inventory reports you need to identify problem areas. And finally, step 5, monitor your reports. Speaking of reports, let's talk about some important inventory and POS reports to monitor. They'll be in your POS reporting suite or dedicated inventory software. First up is the inventory value report. This helps you determine the exact value of your on-hand inventory. Then we have the variance report. This report shows your variance, your actual usage against your theoretical usage. The cost of goods sold report. Run this to see how much your raw ingredients actually cost. Waste tracking reports. These help you reduce shrinkage through theft, over-portioning, overbuying, and so on. The comps and voids report. See how comps and voids are affecting your inventory and bottom line. Once you get a handle on these reports, you can start making decisions based on the inventory data collected through your point of sale system. So after all this talk of terms and reports and taking inventory, we come to an important question. Can you actually automate your restaurant inventory management? The short answer is not completely. While there are many restaurant inventory tasks that can be automated with software, some work still has to be done manually. Examples of automated tasks include using software that lets you enter inventory just by taking a picture of an invoice, or beverage management software that ensures accurate pours. But you can't automate everything. Shrinkage will happen, food will spoil and spill, and theft will create discrepancies. So you'll need to keep an eye on your variance report to see where you're losing so you can remedy the problems causing those discrepancies. And so you're going to want to keep track of your inventory data, or in other words, 5 ways to use your inventory data to improve restaurant operations. And so you're going to want to keep track of your inventory data. Good inventory practices lead to good data, and using that data effectively is key to improving your restaurant inventory processes. So how can you do that to make your restaurant run better? Here's some ideas. Recipe costing. Use your data to determine the true cost of each meal or drink. Which recipes have the lowest and highest cost of goods sold? What about profit margins? Why do certain recipes cost more than you thought? Once you know these things, you can make better decisions and boost your profits. Menu engineering. Using your POS data, you can modify your menu based on your recipe costing and item performance, remove items with high costs of goods sold, or slow selling items whose ingredients go bad quickly, or add a menu item that incorporates your surplus ingredients. Some software even automates this process for you by giving you suggestions on how to change up your menu. Next up, use your employee management data. If you have a point of sale with integrated employee management, you can use your employee reports to discover things like which servers use the most comps, which servers sell the most specials, or which employees are responsible for the most inventory discrepancies. Then you want to lower your cost of goods sold. Once you know your cost of goods sold, you can probably figure out how to lower some of those costs. For example, you might substitute ingredients or buy other ingredients in bulk. What about using a different supplier? Then investigate your shrinkage, bartenders who drink on the job, servers who don't enter orders properly, spoiled ingredients. All of these things can account for loss and waste that affects your bottom line. Your POS won't necessarily tell you all these details, so you'll have to investigate discrepancies in your inventory reports to figure out what's going on. So what is the upshot of all this work? Well, better restaurant inventory control leads to a better restaurant. Your restaurant food inventory management can affect your business's profitability tremendously. Whether you realize your inventory is out of control or your restaurant's inventory management is going pretty well as far as you know, you can almost certainly benefit from better food inventory controls. Using software to rein in your inventory processes will not only help you save money, but also time and stress. And it's also important to note that your inventory system might not be the only aspect of your restaurant that needs modernizing. This might be a good time to take a close look at other aspects of your restaurant setup that could use a software or equipment update like your kitchen printing system. So that's it. That covers it for today's video. With this new info, you'll be saving time and money in no time. Does that even make sense? Oh well. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button below. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. Until next time.